What's up, y'all? Welcome once again to that must-see YT show of shows, Pigskin, Facts, History, and News. I am your host of hosts, Fred Watson Jr. Here we are, week 11 of the NFL. Sunday, the Redskins are back. They are back from their bye week, and they take on the New York Jets Sunday at FedEx Field. Rookie quarterback Dwayne Haskins will be making his second official start, his first home start against the Jets. Running back Darius Geis is back on the 53-man roster. He was injured in week 1 against Philadelphia, had a knee injury. He will be back. So the young trio of Darius Geis, Dwayne Haskins, and Terry McLaurin will be on the field at the same time. I am excited. I haven't been this excited since the first game of the year. So it's been a disappointing season, but now the rookie has been handed over the keys to the franchise thus far, and he'll be starting for the rest of the year. And I'm so excited for him to see how he's going to develop. Now he gets all of the first team reps in practice. He gets to learn the playbook more extensively. And most importantly, he gets to get on the field and get game time experience. So I'm looking very forward to that. And before we get started, this is your first time, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, that red button at the bottom. If you are ongoing watcher, you are a normal watcher, much love to you, Hellskins Nation, to all my Redskin brothers and sisters. And let's get into the facts. All right, first question. For how many quarters have the current 2019 Washington Redskins gone scoreless have gone without scoring a touchdown? Let me ask that question again. Excuse me. How many quarters have the current 2019 Washington Redskins gone without scoring a touchdown? How many quarters have they gone? I will have these answers on the next segment on Monday. So stay tuned for that. Question number 2. Before the Super Bowl era began, how many championships have the Redskins franchise won? Before the Super Bowl era began, how many championships have the Redskins franchise won? The last question, it is a fill in the blank. And this is a very challenging one. January 1st, 1984, the NFC divisional playoff game, the Redskins beat the Rams blank to blank. Fill in the blank. What was the score of that game? January 1st, 1984, in the NFC divisional playoff game, the Redskins beat the Rams blank to blank. Fill it in. I will have these questions once again, as well as the answers to them, on the next segment on Monday. Okay, excuse me 1 second. All right, now I'm back. Let's go to a commercial. All right, Listerine Ultra Clean Antiseptic. Blueberry flavor. So if your breath is stank and you're trying to get that kiss from your girl and she keeps turning away, you need to turn to and buy some Listerine Ultra Clean. Clean that dirty mouth of yours. And if that don't work, go to your local 7-Eleven and get a big gulp cup, the biggest one, and ask for Listerine Blueberry Slurpee. It'll work. Listerine Ultra Clean. Clean that dirty, funky, stinking mouth. All right. Let's see. History. Today we're going to go back in time and we're going to look at a very, very crazy time in Redskins history. And matter of fact, it'll take us back to a Monday night game that was played. You know, the Redskins don't have a very good history on Monday nights. And this one didn't fare better, but it was exciting nonetheless. So we're going to go back to the Redskins and the Green Bay Packers. Redskins and the Packers engaged in a high-scoring ping pong match. And this took place. More than 55,000 fans came to Lambeau Field in Green Bay on October 17, 1983. Excuse me. To see a Monday night football game. They saw a dazzling show of offensive fireworks in one of the wildest games ever played. I think I stayed up and I saw maybe the first 2 quarters of that game. I was a kid, very young kid, and before halftime I was in bed, so I didn't see the outcome of the game until the next morning, and I was shocked. The Redskins and Packers amassed staggering totals of 95 points in this game, 1,025 yards, 56 first downs, and 138 offensive plays. The frenetic pace included 21 plays of 20 yards or more. Wow. 15 of those coming on pass receptions. They were 17 scoring plays. My goodness. 5 lead changes and 3 ties. That was an exciting game. The contest resembled a ping pong match, said Redskin kicker Mark Mosley, who just missed a 39-yard field goal on the game's last play, allowing the Packers to eke out a 48-47 victory. It was remarkable, said Mosley, who had hit 4 field goals earlier. I don't think I ever took my kicking shoe off in that game because I couldn't tell from 1 second to the next whether I might be back out there kicking another field goal or extra point. Both past defenses took the night off, apparently. For the teams piled up 771 yards through the air. Packers quarterback Lynn Dickey shredded the Redskins secondary with 22 of 30 passing for 387 yards and 3 touchdowns, distributing the ball among 7 receivers. Redskins quarterback Joe Theismann shredded the Packers secondary. He was 27 of 39 for 390 yards and 2 touchdowns, hitting 6 receivers in all. Wow. His top target was wingback Joe Washington, who caught 9 passes and 2 touchdowns. The 95 point total stands as the second highest in a game in Redskins history, behind the NFL record, 113 points, in Washington's 72-41 win over the New York Giants in 1966. And that is our Redskins history. And now for Redskins news. And before we go to Redskins news, let's go to a commercial break. Try 4C iced tea, green tea for you and me with honey. It's that refreshing drink. It's that healthy drink. It's that good drink. 4C iced tea, green tea for you and me with honey. Try it. It's good and refreshing. Okay. There was a crazy game last night. But before I get to that, let me get to the news. Some interesting news. There was a 21-year-old woman brought to a hospital. I forget which hospital it was. It was on the news. And Redskins safety Monte Nicholson was involved. I guess he had brought the woman to the hospital or something. But they were pretty much saying he cooperated with the authorities. There were no charges or anything against him. Apparently, the woman ended up dying. I guess it was, they were saying it was possibly a drug overdose. So it's presently being investigated. But safety Monte Nicholson was in the news. He was involved and indirectly, I guess, trying to help the woman. And he was in cooperation with the authorities. So we'll let you know the further investigation as that goes on, the further news as far as that's concerned. There was a crazy game last night between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns won the game 21-7, and there were 8 seconds left in the game. And there was a particular play where Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mason Randolph was dropping back to pass. And I guess as he got rid of the ball, Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett wrapped him up and tackled him to the ground. And apparently Mason Rudolph did not like the way that Myles had him or held him. So he kind of like twisted his face mask sort of like to get him off of him. And when they got up, Myles Garrett grabbed his face mask and snatched his helmet off. And there were other Steelers involved trying to get in the way. And Myles Garrett popped Mason Randolph in the head with the helmet. Now, my first thought is your team is winning the game. You're up by 2 touchdowns. It's 8 seconds left in the game. Okay, the guy twisted your helmet. You know, you can kind of get over that. What in the hell, Myles Garrett, were you thinking? To take this man's helmet off his head and to use it as a weapon. That is something, there is no place for that in the NFL. Matter of fact, there's no place for that in a game, period. So why would you grab the man's helmet, snatch it off his head, and pop him over the head with it? If he was bleeding all over the place, or if he busted him open or gave that man a concussion, it would probably be a more intense conversation that I'm having with you right now about it. But nonetheless, it was a stupid, retarded, idiotic thing to do. And now he's been suspended by the NFL for the rest of the year. He can't play anymore. And the Cleveland Browns and the Steelers play in 2 more weeks. So that was